Hey there. As a gardener for over 20 years, sometimes the garden can be an amazing place where you have the best conditions, you have the perfect soil, and you have the perfect weather, which can truly lead to some epic hero moments, right?
Whether it's picking your own fresh strawberries or blueberries from the garden, or being able to step out into your herb garden and pick from your rosemary and your tarragon and sage. Wait, hold on just a second. Got to get this weed.
Mm, there we go. But then we have our moments where we have our fantastical fails, right? That's what I want to talk with you about today. Now, for those of you who know me and have been hanging out with me for quite some time, you know how impressed I was with my pink pineapples. Not to be confused with the pink glow pineapples, which are trademarked by Del Monte. These are Mila pink pineapples. And I was so impressed with them. I mean, I had, what, 9, 10 pups coming off the main parent plant, and this was my piece de la resistance. As a gardener, this was my total flex here. See, because pineapple production out here in North Texas, specifically the Dallas-Fort Worth area, can be quite the challenge because of our winters. Now, even though short-lived they are, those dips in temperature is really what can plague pineapple production. And that's truly what happened to me. The weather really just took advantage of this old gardener. So that's what I'm going to talk with you about today is how to problem solve and how to power think your way out of these weather anomalies. Because I'm not going to stop growing pineapple. Especially pink pineapple. Come on, son. You know what? My bad. Where are my manners? How you doing? The name is Gray. I am a grower that has been gardening for over 20 years, and I'm out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And this channel is really just a place of peace, prosperity, and hopefully some pink pineapples. But I'd like you to consider me just like your friendly neighborhood gardener, here to help you grow. But back to our subject at hand. So we were talking pink pineapples, right? Mila pink pineapples. And what ended up happening is, what was it? I think January. Yeah, I think January is when we dropped down, or maybe even February. No, it was late January. I remember now. Temperatures dropped down to 11 degrees. We got some heavy snow out here, and I just knew that with my greenhouse that I constructed, we would be good to go, and all of my pineapples would survive. And the truth of the matter is, the greenhouse that I constructed, um, it's not finished yet. I'm a very busy individual, a busy gardener, so to speak. There's a lot of things on my plate, and I did not finish the construction of this greenhouse. And I thought it's going to be good enough. It'll be fine. And I ended up losing a lot, from my pineapples to my plumerias to my roselle. The list goes on. Truly, I had calculated for the snow. I knew that was an inevitability. And we do get snow out here on every, second or third year out here in Dallas. That's nothing new. But that 11-degree drop, that I did not count for. And so, yeah, I ended up losing a lot. And now we've talked about my losses, and there are quite a few. Now I want to talk about our gains. And believe it or not, I actually had a lot that survived over that 11 degree. It was only one day, but 11 degrees in one day is enough to kill off a lot of tropical fruits. But I actually ended up having a lot that survived. And that's going to be every single plant that was inside my HAVN portable greenhouse. Not only did my plants survive that 11-degree temperature, they thrived. Everything from my Pakistani mulberries. These, interestingly enough, are only a year old, and they were all grew from cutting. But look at all the vegetative growth we have up on the top end, and the roots are healthy. But let's not forget about my dragon fruit. Now, these dragon fruit are dragon fruit that I got from my friends over at Epic Gardening. So these are Kevin's dragon fruit that I got propagations from, and they are doing significantly well. We're definitely going to have to plant those out in the yard sometime soon. And then let's look at my blood orange. Now, it's interesting. You know that out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, this is not a tree that we can typically grow because of our winters. Again, short duration, but those cold temperatures, blood orange can't really survive anything under about 40 degrees or so. But this blood orange inside of this greenhouse is doing so well, so much vegetative growth. I'm anticipating getting some fruiting out of it this year. Memory serves me, I got the blood orange, I want to say last year, yeah, last spring, and it was about 6 months old at the time. So this is maybe a year and a half. So yeah, we should be anticipating some fruiting. And now, speaking of the blood orange, I want you to take a look right down here. Those are roots. When I had the blood orange sitting on just the bare ground inside the greenhouse, it really started to do so well that it actually started to root itself inside my native soil. So with that being said, we're probably going to end up potting this up sooner, probably within the next month or so. It might take it out into our natural environment to see if see how she truly does. But of course, in fall, maybe winter, yeah, not fall. This fall might be okay this year. It might be a mild fall. But when winter comes around, she's coming back inside my haven. And now it's April. And if you're watching this video right now and you're thinking, Gray, why are we talking about a greenhouse in April? Well, because we're talking about problem solving. And that's what the Haven was able to do for me. I love the greenhouse, and Stormy does too, because it allowed me to save and get a jump. Excuse you. Bless you. It allowed me to get a jump on the season for everything that I have growing out in my main garden right now. And yes, while it is April, my beefsteaks are already producing because they were inside the Haven portable greenhouse. Not to mention my compost tomatoes. Now, if you don't know the story about my compost tomatoes, I definitely highly recommend that you go back during the winter months and you see the story about the compost tomatoes. In a nutshell, these were tomatoes that grew up out of my compost. Wasn't really sure what they are, but now that are actually growing and producing fruit, I can tell what they are. They are pear, pineapple, pole tomatoes. And they taste amazing. They were inside my Haven portable greenhouse. And because I got that jump on the season, sorry, still chewing, these guys are producing already. So I'm ahead of the game. And that makes a difference out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Because in the next couple of months, it's going to get ridiculously hot. Because what we need to remember when it comes to our tomatoes, they are a warm season crop. Meaning anything in excess of 90 degrees, your tomatoes, as well as your bell peppers, possibly even your eggplants, they will slow down in production and probably even start dropping flowers. So since I actually have a jump on the growing season and my Haven allowed me to get all these plants to fruit producing levels, now I can actually get tomatoes without the fear of losing them in late July and August and so forth. And now some humility, right? This is not a flex on you as a gardener. This is just showing you the possibilities and the capabilities if you invest in a Haven of your very own. Oh, look, we got blueberries. Pause, blueberry moment. I am so excited right now. My climax blueberries are producing. I was a little bit worried about them because during our fall spring that we had here in late February, we got some, freezes that came through where it dropped down to the 30s. But even though I did lose a few flowers, we still have blueberries. So my kids are going to be through the roof. But see, that's kind of the point that I'm trying to iterate here to you. That yes, while we have those anomalies in our weather out here in the Dallas and Fort Worth area where we'll get our temperatures to drop down, having a Haven portable greenhouse allows me to compensate for those dips in temperatures and those changes. You know what I mean? Plus, another problem that having our Haven portable greenhouse was able to solve for me is that in the state of Texas, I'm actually licensed as a mobile nursery. And at the end of the month, I'm going to a huge plant event down in Houston, Texas. And I'm going to be selling a lot of my ornamental plants along with my Pakistani mulberries and then my moringa trees as well. And with that being said, I was able to keep 90% of my inventory right here in this greenhouse without having to bog down my house with over 100 plants. So not only did I get to house all of my Monstera deliciosas, but I also got to house my Thai consolation propagations as well as my Monstera half moon elbow. Look at that. I am so proud of her. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to sell her when I go down this event. Oh, look, we're starting to get a fenestration. So from the standpoint of a nursery owner, it definitely makes sense for me. But you know what? It's starting to get hot in here. Hold on just a second. Because looks like it's about 83 degrees in here right now. And let's see if we can cool off the temperature inside here just a bit. Because here we go. We'll go ahead and crank it up to 10. Yeah. Because we need to ventilate it in here. And that's a beautiful thing. With the HAVN, you also get an exhaust fan. So yeah, this is kind of cool because having the option of being able to track and monitor temperature, humidity, and VPD inside the greenhouse all from my phone actually makes it really cool. So at the end of the day, is this a sponsored ad for HAVN Portable Greenhouses? 100% is. But for those of you who know me, know I'm honest and I'm real. And I wouldn't recommend something for you, your garden, and your growing spaces if I didn't truly trust and believe in it. And be honest with you, I love my HAVN. Okay, Stormy, I know, I'm dead as here. And I do love my HAVN because it allows me to get a jump on the season. Yes, even out here. Okay, all right. She won't let me talk. Even out here in North Texas, it makes practical sense. So if you're looking for something to solve your weather and climate issues that we're having, definitely consider looking in to having a HAVN of your own. But all right, but I gotta give this dog some love because you swear I would never pet her the way she acts. But I'll talk to you. We'll both talk to you, right? We'll talk to you real soon. All right.